Hey guys, welcome back to Overtakes. I'm Kel.
And I'm Misfit.
And this is our duo special of the week. We're going to start it off with DPS. Who'd you have for DPS this week?
This week I went with Soon and Kareev. There was a lot of choices in DPS comps. I chose those two because they pretty much just took over both matches that they were in. And also it's kind of an I'm sorry to Kareev.
Yes. My God.
Because holy shit, that dude is awesome. And I went through a bunch of footage and watched, and his 76 was great. His Widowmaker was insane, and Soon had so much free space with him.
Yes.
Doing that he just wreaked havoc on
it just
on
made
both
their
teams.
whole team completely different because he opened up all the space. I think that's one thing because like they have really strong tanks and they have really strong other players, and just adding in that other really strong DPS player just opens it up so much for everybody else to just do their job properly and just execute. And they were a completely different team and just masterful. Yeah, Kareev was just beastly.
Kareev was great, and Soon is such a sneaky fucker too.
Yes,
man.
he is.
Like there was the one big one was on Dallas when he was just hanging on Hanamura between point A and point B. Mm-hmm. And because Harry Hook was coming back playing Mercy, and he just jumped him solo kill. He did it a couple times with he was playing Junkrat on King's Row, and I think it's opened him up too to be able to play some other heroes because he doesn't have to. Oh well, I have to play Tracer on this because we're gonna have Hydration's got to play X because he only can do, or not Hydration. Agilities can play this, but I thought it was just great that they put him in there and. It's worked out great, and Soon is unbelievable. But that's my DPS duo, and who you got?
This week I have Sabiobi and Libero. Mostly, Libero is good, but, this is more of a single solo thing because, oh my god, Sabiobi was just a monster this week. I was going through the stats on Winston's lab, and there wasn't a game this week where he was under a plus 30 on kill death. And it was more than double digits, almost 20 in final blows to deaths, which is just insane.
He's god tier. There's him and then there's everybody else.
Right.
On Tracer. And Libero played really good.
Libero, and this is nothing against Libero. That's just how insanely good Sabiobi was this week. Libero played really well.
This was probably his best week, I would say.
Oh yeah, definitely. They both just played excellent and just completely dominated everybody they played this week.
Yeah, and I think honestly, I think Libero's best character is Farah. To be brutally honest, because he's, and I think because I know they got other people waiting in the weeds, or they're signing people or something like that. I've heard, but if they get someone else in there, they have him doing Farah, and you got Pine. And then you get somebody else, because you don't have to take Sabiobi out at all then, at that point. Unbelievable. It
really is.
You think you have them, and then he just shows up and rips everybody apart. There was a couple times where they were 2 down. He evened it up in 3 seconds.
Yeah, and he was just like, oh, no, I got this.
Yeah, by the way, we got the man advantage now.
Yeah.
But yeah, unbelievable.
As much as we talk about, Undead carrying his team, Sabiobi's doing it on a whole nother level. Because, the rest of his teammates are that much better, too. But at the same time, he's still carrying them, which is just, that is mind-blowing.
It blows my mind. Just watching him play blows my mind.
Yeah.
His mechanical skills and his awareness is just
all of it. Off the charts.
That's why he's so good.
Right.
It's like he knows where everybody's going to be. Yeah, he has games where he's a tiny bit off. Not this week, though.
No.
And by a tiny bit, his kill-death ratio goes down, a little chunk.
Right. He's at plus 15 is a bad week for him.
Yeah.
So let's move on to supports.
All right.
Who do you got this week?
I got, going back to New York, the return of Jonak and his partner Ark. They were unbelievable this week.
Yeah, I think it goes without saying that New York just played unbelievably this week.
Yeah. And a lot of it was Jonak got back to form. I like seeing Ark on Ana. Mm-hmm. He was really good on Ana, really good playing Lucio, but Jonak pretty much came back. He got nano boosted a few times. But, if you're going to pick someone to nano boost, why not pick the Zen that's got that god aim and stuff? But just in above and beyond his DPS ability, he's great playing Zen.
Yeah.
And same thing with you don't realize like someone like Ark's hero pool.
Oh my god.
And because he got
because
crippled with Mercy.
He was always playing Mercy, and for good reason, because he's a really, really good Mercy.
Yeah.
But just seeing him being able to play all these other characters is really refreshing, because man, he is an excellent player at just about anything.
Yeah. And he played Mercy some this week too, and he played it like his normal really good Mercy.
Right.
Which
that's all. I mean, that's all they can. That's all they can really hope for.
Yeah, and him being out last week obviously made a difference.
Oh,
I mean, obviously
for sure.
they had like DPS guys and tanks and stuff playing support, but
right. Yeah, but both of those guys. I was thinking the same thing. Like because we discussed it before we recorded, and I was like, do I just go with those two guys as well? But I wanted to make sure we highlighted some of the other people, because. Man, as little as we actually saw of their impact, Hagapen and Closer, or however whichever pronunciation of it you want to go with,
Oof.
Those two were really dominant for London, because
they helped shut down Florida.
Oh, for sure,
especially on a couple of the maps later.
Yeah,
even on the first map though, where they lost, but.
I mean, just going by their stats and then just looking at their impact on the game. Those two, Hagapen especially, with his two support characters and playing Sombra. I mean, they just wrecked with him. When he was there, it was like night and day.
Yeah, and Closer was really solid on Lucio.
Mm-hmm.
He played a majority of Lucio, but he was a really good Lucio player. I mean, it's just. That team is so stacked, man.
It's hard to gauge Lucio play, but at the same time, like his sound barriers were on point.
Yeah.
His speed boost to switch to healing, heal everybody up with your E. It was on point every single time. His crossfade, his crossfades were just
he
perfect.
Was just good, and you could. It's hard to, like you were saying, it's hard to judge. But when people aren't dying.
Yes.
That's a pretty strong argument for someone playing good Lucio.
Yeah.
And Hagapen playing Zen. How much off are you from Bedosin?
Right.
Not much. I mean, maybe a tick down a little bit on the DPS stuff, but the other stuff he's just as good.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's got that Sombra.
Yeah, and I would have highlighted Bedosin, but I don't really think we didn't really see much Bedosin this week. I don't even.
He played against New York, I think.
He did,
or not New York. He played in their second match, Philly. He played against Philly.
Oh, did he play against Philly? Okay.
Because remember they did we talked about this. They did the split squad,
and we'll get more into that in our
analysis of the week.
Yeah.
Okay, so now on to the tanks. We split everything this week. We didn't agree. We kind of agreed on everything, but we wanted to go in all in our own directions.
Because I think there was more. There was a lot more people to highlight this week because there was so much domination.
Yeah. And we'll get into that in our reviews coming up later on today and the rest of in the front half of the week. Okay, so we got tanks now.
Who'd you have?
I went with Souls tanks. I went with Miro and Zumba. Now, from on paper, if you're looking at it, like stat wise. It's not like the best stat line, but here's what they did. Watch when they played Dallas. Watch their two matches this week. The amount of space they opened up for Fleta and Munchkin is fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
Fleta watch him play Genji on the Hanamura going into point B. He was basically escorted in every time by Miro.
Yeah.
And he just Fleta ripped people apart, and Munchkin was tearing people apart because those guys were just annoying as fuck and just basically playing tank.
Pestering the hell out of every team that they played. And everyone.
Good ultimates, all that stuff. And then when they went on Hollywood, the fastest Hollywood I ever saw, I think. They just absolutely fucking destroyed Dallas.
Yeah.
Who was it? I think it was Miro on Reinhardt. Mm-hmm. And then Zumba was playing Zarya. And then he switched back over to Diva. And they just took that point in like, 5 seconds it seemed like. They just like ran in there and just everybody was dead.
It was absurd.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a pickup of that first point that fast.
And
I mean, that's like quick play.
Yeah.
Getting steamrolled.
Going, what? Did they just...
What the hell just happened? We set up a defense and then, like, everyone just kind of ran away. What? Okay.
Yeah. Did anyone get a shot off? Because I don't remember getting a shot off.
Yeah. Who's got gold DPS? I do with 400.
Yeah. I hit the Rhine shield. Anyway, but yeah, that's I went with them. It was less on for me. It was less on the stats and more on what they did to open up for the rest of the team. I mean, kind of like the classic tank argument. Now, who you got?
So I went with Fate and Envy.
That was my other choice too.
These guys were right back to their best form. As much as we've criticized them in the past couple weeks, especially like in the really clutch games that they needed to show up. Man, they showed up in these two games this week. Wow.
And is there a better Zarya Reinhardt duo on King's Row than those two?
Oh, I don't think so. I really don't.
My God, how many? Fucking A! They've just ripped up whoever they played.
How many Earth Shatters did he have?
And he at least got 2 people on every one too.
Yeah.
And then Envy. I think it was Envy that was playing Zarya. Mm-hmm. He had Graviton up like every like someone getting a fucking Sombra ult up.
Right, like to be able to have your Graviton that fast that many times is just that's ridiculous because I think it is the slowest charging ult in the game. And to charge it as fast as he was is completely ridiculous. No one should be able to do that.
Because he had, I mean, if you think about it, when you normally play when they were on attack. Against San Francisco, I think he had 3 or 4 Graviton surges.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I mean, on a good day you can get 3, but 4? I mean, come on. I mean, he ganked one of them, but still, I think one of them he just tried to get out.
Yeah.
But still, that was absurd. And just their regular play, they were back to just being lethal.
Yeah, they really were. They were just creating space. I think, they just were opening up so much more space for Kareevan soon, so they could dominate the way that they did, and just they were everywhere they needed to be, like almost all the time. So I had to acknowledge these guys because when they are at their peak, they are the best in the league. Yeah. Bar none.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they got over their post Mercy problem.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think one of the issues was not having Mercy. Like they were trying to be as aggressive as they were when they had a Mercy, and they had all of that healing that she could bring them, and they couldn't quite do that when she was not there. So
they figured it out fast though. They were still pretty high up there on the fucking kill death ratios and shit from when I was watching their matches.
Yeah,
just those two are great.
They really are.
Special players, special plays, or anything like that you got for the rest of the week?
I didn't really have any this week. I didn't get to watch as much as I would have hoped, but I know you did have someone that you wanted to highlight.
I wanted to highlight, because I play Sombra, and it's going to get bigger and bigger as it goes on, but Mistakes playing Sombra against the Mayhem.
Oh, yeah.
He played it the way you're supposed to. He went in there, he got regular hacks, he just wasn't fucking with the health pack thing. Mm-hmm. He went in there, he just destroyed him. He drove him nuts, is what you're supposed to do with Sombra is annoyance. And he got kills and stuff too, and he hit EMPs. He was just ridiculous on that. And actually, him and Dante played a pretty good Sombra on first point against Florida on Volskaya.
Oh yeah.
Or not Florida, against the Valiant. Also, same thing. He was annoying, got kills, went in, used the gun. For God's sake, use the gun.
Right. Like, it's like some people forget that she has a gun. Like, it might not do the most, but when you're just adding that in, it's just that much more that you're adding in. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's a little bit of chip damage here and there,
right?
You're hitting supports and stuff, especially if you hack them. You could take a Zen out in half a clip.
Oh, easily.
Yeah, but that was my special player of the day, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I think he needed to get highlighted because they had a bad first game of the week, and then they put him in the second, and especially for that, and a couple of his other great heroes. But he just rolled on Sombra. So that's all I got for that.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's gonna be it for our duos of the week. We'll catch you guys on our our weekly review.
Yeah.
So catch us on there. As always, give us a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you guys have any duos that you think that we missed or anything you want to contribute, please throw that in the comments, and we'll definitely bring it up in the next one.
Yeah, definitely. And if you guys like stuff like this, just let us know,
Yeah.
Like, we'll do more stuff like this. We'll highlight things like that. So we will see you guys later on.
Later, guys.